Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a great day so far and a great trading session. I literally just took my first trade 2 minutes ago. I don't believe I missed any trades this morning. It's kind of hard to tell. Sometimes I just really don't know until I go and I start journaling. And I start writing down all the trades and I start going through like very meticulously, and I'm like, yeah, forgot that one. But so far, I don't think I missed anything. There was one trade that I was like, maybe it's a possibility, but then when I looked at my backtesting data, no. I thought I can make an exception for that particular trade like I do a different one, and I can't. So yeah, I think that was the only setup so far. And you can actually still see it on the chart here. Took a buy divergence at my major level. That was that. Basically the last buy before the bias changed to a downtrend, which I'm at now, but it immediately rejected, so wouldn't be surprised if we continue up. This is another thing that I am starting to look at, is when we have an immediate rejection like this, possibly figuring out how to get into this trade. I did take the swing trade that I told you guys that I was thinking about starting to do, and I'm trying to see if I'll have to show you guys later. But I did attempt it and it did win. It was a $486 win. I'll just show you the screenshot of that so far. So yeah, I did take that swing trade. Wasn't a bad trade at all, actually. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Did wait, I thought it said 390. No, it was 486. All right. I don't really like this set. I'm not gonna take it, only because we never, let me delete this. We never really cleared the zone all the way, so I feel like this is not right. I would rather see it clear this area first. I don't like have a specific rule for it, but I just notice some things. So yeah, we'll just wait for that to completely clear before we do anything with that. Now I could have taken this buy right here, but it literally was no point because I would have had to immediately break even at that red line. And the red line was actually my entry, and you see, like, I would have gotten stopped out if you know, there was even a slight lag that wouldn't have allowed me to get out of it. And here we go. This is why I did not take this. This is exactly why, right there. I would have lost that sale. Like I said, it's just something that I noticed. The level is still valid. It's not old technically because we never cleared it. So good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? So that was a good call on my part. And that's why I keep the levels there until they change. Now, once we clear this, if we were to come back up and make the same exact structure, it's fine. But we got to clear it first. And by cleared, I mean we need to trade below it, create a lower high, and push down. And then it's like, all right, we're good here. Now that one I probably could have taken. Let me see, 88. This bar literally closed right on the bottom of the zone, so it was still gonna be really iffy. I'm cool with just sitting out. Let me see if this... I think that would have just broken even if I'm not mistaken. I can't really tell. That buy right there. But yeah, this one was a hard call. This one was very simple. We didn't clear it, whatever. And we bounced off the bottom. This one was a hard call because the close was literally the exact same price as the bottom of the zone. So sitting out of that one was okay. I did just miss this divergence buy though. But at the same time, that one's kind of iffy as well because I have certain rules for like the first divergence after it clears the zone, which this would technically be the first clear. So I'm okay with this not really being a trade that I take, because technically, like, it should more so matter like over here when the level was fresh, but it's still kind of fresh right there. I don't know. That one was just too iffy for me. Trump fan club, I almost thought you were a spammer. You almost got up out of here. You're bear and shorting to the 26th April as big results are coming. That's a lot. But I feel it. Do what works for you. Do what works for you. You can see we are rejecting off of the yellow line that I drew there, which is also inside of our bias change zone. So alrighty, now we gotta clear. Not gonna take this sale if it does happen here because we don't have to worry about it. I basically kind of like had two different volume requirements, one based on just the structure and one based on it starting with a double top. So because they conflict, I wouldn't have taken the sell. Yeah, I did finish quite a bit of what I wanted to finish this weekend. I actually think I might have finished everything as far as like looking over certain things to see if there's any like last minute, I guess, adjustments that I need to make. But based on all the data that I have thus far, which is about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 2 months worth of data. 2 months worth of data doesn't sound like a lot, but for a scalper that has a lot of setups in a day, you know, depending on the volatility, 2 months worth of data is more than enough to figure things out. Like I told you guys before, the only problem really is that there are certain setups that just doesn't happen a lot. So for that, if there are certain things, like I'll just have to consistently, you know, trade the strategy. If those things start to pop up and I'm losing, it's going to cause me to, anytime I lose, you know, as I'm journaling, I will look at that loss, look at all the variables of the loss, and go back and just make sure there's not anything that I'm missing. It'll typically be something specific about the setup that'll pop out at me that makes me look at like all the other examples to see if that one little thing happened in any other trade that was the same exact setup, and kind of go from there. But at this point, I think I've gotten more than enough. But we'll see. We will see. The main goal this week is if I can pass the next 25K account, then I will start trading my PAs next week. So I will miss the first to fifth request period, but the next request period is the very next week. So it's like whatevs, you know. And since at that point I would have two PAs, I would just start trading one of them at 8:30 in the morning, start trading the other at 9 o'clock in the morning, and kind of go from there. I told you guys that's probably what I'm going to do, is batch them, have a certain set start at 8:30 and a certain set start at 9, until I at least like know I'm not making mistakes, that kind of thing. And once I get to that point, I'll probably stop batching them. No lie. No lie. Is that 146? Oh, wait a minute. I gotta make sure I wrote this new rule down properly. Jesus. I knew I wrote that down wrong. Except I don't know where my pen is. Okay, I'll have to find my pen later. I'm like, I have a feeling that that's all kinds of wrong. And it is. Oh, my pen is on my lap. Jeez Louise. Alright, yeah, this is all wrong. Alright, I'll reprint that later. I'm like, that is not how I remember that going. Let me double check. Double, triple check. I literally, that was one of the last things I looked at last night. Yeah. Don't know how I did that all kinds of wrong, but we did, and that's okay. I was looking for the sale there, but it just invalidated. We stalled there a little too long, just a tad. Alright, I'm going to go onto YouTube and tune into a few streams. Oh, we gotta break even. I was hoping we could push through that level, but I had a feeling we weren't going to be able to. That's alright, though. That's alright, though. But, as you could see, it was good that I did, because I would have gotten stopped out right on that little wick right there. Let me see. Open 256. Low. Yeah, I would have gotten stopped out by one tick. And then it would have went into my direction. So that's exactly why. So I did lose a little bit because I think I just lost commissions on 2 of the accounts. I lost $4, but it's all good. All good. Sometimes you just have to chance it. There was a couple of tick difference between my entry and the sell rotation level. That's why I went ahead and just did it, because there was just a tad bit of room for it to be able to work. But yeah, it's all right. I was looking for the buy, but we've now pushed down too far. So. All right. So no buy here. We pushed off the sell rotation level, so I'm definitely not going to buy going back towards it. Now, I am probably going to be looking down at my cheat sheet quite a bit this week. Probably at least the first couple of days, because I did make some important changes to certain things. Mainly making things a little bit more strict for certain setups, which I pretty much did most of last week. I just had a couple of setups that weren't as defined as others. And I noticed that I had like a much better win-loss ratio with the ones that were like super defined. So just went in and extracted the data and just kind of figure things out from there. Got a no fill there. Got a no fill there. So no. Oh, and I need to. Oh, well, that's why. All right, so, and I said I was going to stream this week with the inside of the bar showing. So this is why that sale was a no fill. There was literally, it just skipped straight through. There was no pullback at all, no drawdown at all. So bar closed and it just took off, which is what I like to see until I don't get filled. Then we have a problem. Actually, I need to re-look at this. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that. I'm gonna have to revisit something because this buy right here would have lost, and that's still like a divergence setup that I'm still kind of working the kinks out for. I have most of what I want, but yeah, I want to look at that. I feel like I wrote something down wrong, basically. So we'll see. Good morning, Harvey. How are you this morning? How goes it? How goes it? I hope I did not just spill water on my cheat sheet. I did. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I'm reprinting it anyway. It's all good. I had a 1 bar pullback there, but it was not the pattern I was looking for. So good thing I did not take it, because you can see we would have lost that. So, all right. Created a new session low. Which will change the setup requirements for the divergence or any regular pullbacks going back towards it. So I gotta make sure I pay attention to that. There's a lot of volume there. It was almost 1800 volume in this second candle after the reversal up. That's a lot. For it to take that much to push off of the new low, it should take less volume, because the pressure from the support of the new session low and the VWAP should have been enough to push it without much resistance. So I could have gotten into this buy, but it was kind of no point. I could tell, like, I can typically tell if the zigzag's going to change. So anytime there's this kind of divergence where I have buyer pressure on the zigzag, which has to do with volume, and I'm getting into a buy when it's divergence, whenever that zigzag changes to a sell pressure, or vice versa, if I'm getting in for a sell, it's red, it turns green, I have to break even. So I could tell by the way that we didn't really reject hard enough the first time that this was going to happen. Now I would have had time to break even, so it's really no huge deal, but it kind of was literally no point in even doing it. Because one thing I do hate is when I break even and it instead of me getting the tick out of it, I get no tick, so I really just lose $4 in commission for literally no reason. So for me, it's no point in even doing it. Good morning, Trenches. Good morning, Frederick. How have you been? Oh, hi, Husk. You got 2 different names on YouTube. Who are you hiding from? Good morning, though. Good morning. Good morning. I definitely have you tabbed right now. I'll be back after 10 o'clock. Gotta make sure the market doesn't just take off on me while I'm paying attention to people's streams. But yes, good morning. Frederick, you are silly. Hey, bestie. Don't let none of my besties see that, okay? They will not be happy. You just picking up new best friends. Trenches, how are you doing this morning? Nah, Frederick, where was you at on Friday? And we had a great green day. I started off rough, though. I'm not gonna lie. I lost the first 3. But after going through and going through my rules a little bit more, looking at all the data. Now that I have more data, I think, don't quote me, I think 2 of the 3 trades well, could be mitigated, so all good there. 398. Want to make sure I didn't miss that sell. I didn't. But yeah, lost the first 3 and then won the last 7, set out of 2 extra wins. It was a great session. It was a great session. But yeah, it's definitely going to take me a little bit of time to get the new rules cemented into my head. But that's all right. You got a 2K payout? Oh, congratulations. Good morning, Clarity. How are you this morning? Busy. You're busy. One of your accounts. Stake trade. Hurried out of the loss of 600. Currently down 100 on it, but green on the others. Okay. Mistakes happen. But you bounce back. You know what I say? When you bounce back, that's what matters most, for real, for real. Sometimes it's the mistake trades though that'll be like, bro, why? Why? 295. All right, there was not enough volume there. I am in a downtrend bias until we clear this level, so the weak push-ups are not surprising at all. Not surprising at all. You love my hair? Thank you. I usually have it tied back because I get tired of it. You worked overnight. Listen, if anybody understands you, it's me. You work those, even if it's just 8 hours overnight, it's a lot to, like, your body is not supposed to do that. So you do all of that, all those hours overnight, and then you come home in the morning and you're trying to trade. I can't tell you how many mistakes I made doing the same thing, because I would basically like wake up from my overnight shift around 5 o'clock in the evening. So by the time I get home, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, getting on the charts at 8:30 in the morning. You know, now I've basically been up for 15 hours, but it's like a whole it's a whole different 15 hours when you work overnight versus being up during the day. It's totally different thing. Totally different. So listen, I understand big time. Totally understand. Hopefully you get some more setups and you can get the negative 100 to green with the others. But you've already made a really good swing on that. Y'all, I spent time with my babies yesterday. It was my nephew's birthday, a little under 2 weeks ago. So they had a birthday party for him. He had like 16 kids there. We went to Sky Zone. It was so fun. The baby made me, it wasn't the baby's birthday. The baby's birthday is next month. It was the oldest. And the baby made me jump with him on the trampoline. It was so funny because he was jumping with one of his cousins who's way shorter than me. She's probably like 5'2". I'm 5'10". So he wanted to like have her hold him while she was jumping, and he had so much fun. So then she was off doing something else, and so he wanted to jump again. So I was jumping with him, and he was having fun at first, but the higher I got, I think he realized, wait a second, we are way too far off the ground. He was like, no. But we had fun though. All the kids had so much fun. And my nephew, his dad, he was looking through some of the gifts that he got. He was like, man, we finna be up all night building stuff. My nephew loves building things. I would not be surprised if he becomes some kind of like architecture, what? If he goes into architecture, or if he does like construction. One of those two, I could see him doing. Like, he loves building. And he's very meticulous. Like, and don't let one of his siblings come and like knock his structure over or mess up his Legos or something. He will cry and have a fit. Okay? He does not play at all. At all. But yeah, we had so much fun. I felt like a big kid. I have not been to Sky Zone since probably my senior skip day. And even then, I didn't really do too much at all. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, damn. We pushed too far down. I wanted to take the buy, but I didn't really want it to come to 204.75. And we did. So we'll sit out of that. And that's why I sat out of that right there. Frederick, how many accounts do you have? Are you only just working on one PA? I think they're still working through payouts. I did have somebody reach out to me yesterday. They're like, is something going on? I'm still under review. I'm like, no, it's just a lot of you guys. Just gotta wait your turn. I do hope that they put some kind of like measures in place to make it a little bit more automated. Like, there's so many like technical things that you can do from like a bot perspective to make certain things a little bit more automated, make it a little bit faster. Because I feel like if the bot can see that, like, all right, this person is clearly not using an FHT bot, if the person has not violated the 30% rule or the 20% rule, if none of the trades happen within, a certain number of minutes of a high impact news event, you should be approved like that. That's just what I think personally. That way, all of the time is more so spent on people who have violated one of the rules, which would make more sense. But it kind of doesn't make sense when someone hasn't violated a rule and they requested on the 16th and they just got approved on the 21st. Especially when, a lot of people will not trade the account until they get the approval, just to make sure that they don't blow the account, which is what you should do. But if you're lower on the totem pole of priority, based on whoever your person is that's going through accounts, because everybody's kind of grouped up with certain support members, and some people might get through some of them faster than others. So it kind of just sucks when you're kind of forced to only qualify for one payout per month because you want to be careful and not blow the account while you're in the midst of being under a review. So that part kind of sucks a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It does. We're kind of in a really weird space right now. I would prefer for us to just push through and break this zone, which it looks like that's really what it wants to do based on the levels, my levels are in. And there we go. There's the break. Now, whether we actually push further into it, we'll see. But just wanted to walk through it so I can get a feel of it. I still don't understand. Which rule don't you understand? I will absolutely have no problem with explaining it to you. Just let me know. I know most of the rules pretty much inside out. Inside out. Is it the 30% rule that you're not understanding all the way? Let me know and I got you. All right, so we had an immediate rejection at the changeover. All right, so this is how the 30% rule works. First of all, understand that it's not a hard, fast rule, meaning they do pay out people if you violate the consistency rule, because they do understand that, you know, with certain strategies, like mine for instance, you might have a lot more setups in one day than you do another. Not everyone stops themselves at a certain profit target. So they understand that part. So even if you violate the rule, people have been paid out up to like 47%, because they were able to prove that, hey, I just had more setups this day. I wasn't flipping, I wasn't gaming the system. So just understand it's not a hard, fast rule. If you follow your strategy, you will still be able to get paid out as long as you don't violate any other rules. All right, so let's start there. Now, secondly, the way the consistency rule works is no one day of profit can be more than 30% of the total profit in your account at the time that you are approved for a payout. And I have to specifically say approved because it's not request to request. So like your trading days start over, you know, that goes from request to request. As soon as you request a payout, and you trade the next day, your trading days start over. Your 20% rule of you can only flip a contract, meaning get in, get out for one trade for that day. You can only do that 20% of your days, and that goes from request to request. But understand that 30% goes from approval to approval. All right. So all you have to do is take your total profit at the time of your request, multiply by 0.3, which will give you 30%. And whatever number you come up with, no one day of profit in however many trading days you have, whether you request at 10 days, 20 days, 40 days, no one day can be more than 30% of your total profit. That's it. So let's say that your total profit when you request is $5,000. If you multiply by 0.3, that means no one day of profit can be more than $1,500 one day. Now, again, if you violate that, let's say that you're at 1,600, it's okay. As long as you follow your rules, you didn't trade a news-based strategy, you're not using a high frequency bot, you know, those kind of things, then you'll still be approved. Now, they might ask you for your strategy, especially like if you have any trade that you entered a few minutes before news, even if it follows your regular strategy, it's not a news-based strategy. You've been in trading for long enough. You know what a news-based strategy is. But for those of you guys who don't, a news-based strategy for them is, all right, CPI is coming up in 5 minutes. Based on fundamental analysis of what, you know, MSNBC is saying or whatever, I believe that the market is going to go down. So a couple of minutes before the news event, I'm going to enter a short. That's a news-based strategy, and that is against the rules. You do that, you're not going to get paid out. And on top of that, they're going to take away the profit that you made for that day. Period. But yeah, so as long as you don't trade a news-based strategy and you don't violate any other rules, you're good to go. You'll still be paid out. You was approved though? Yeah, you could still be approved over 30%. But I will tell you also, if you do violate the 30% rule, that is when it's typically going to take you longer to get approved because the system's automatically going to flag you for a manual review. The lower you are, like if you're below the 30% rule, so let's say your highest day is only 20% of your total profit, you're likely not going to get a manual review. And, you know, as long as the system doesn't pick up that you flip too many days or anything like that, which most of the time, if you flip too many days, that's also when you're going to violate the 30% rule. But as long as you don't violate the two main ones, you're probably not going to get a manual review and you'll be approved a lot quicker. Hold on one second. I think I could have taken this sale. I didn't take it because we were rotating over this green line right there, and I typically only take buys there unless it's divergence, and that was just, as you can see, a regular pullback. I'll just write it down as a trade that I could have possibly taken when I write down my miss / didn't take trades when I journal. We'll see what happens. It was pretty close to that support, the major support level up there too. I was trying to see if it was going to hit it. We came one tick from hitting it, and then we came one tick from invalidating the trade down here. So we were kind of like in a very awkward space. But yeah, I don't know about that sale. I'm cool with me sitting out of it. I lost money on the news day and made a lot with no news. They don't care. Well, I mean, if you lost during news, they really don't care. But like, there was one girl I remember, she made like, I feel like it was 10 grand. It was something ridiculous on a news trade. And it was very clear based on her other setups. Like, and not only did she trade news, but she also like damn near max out contracts when she doesn't max out contracts on her normal trades. I remember this was like when I first became a mod, and she was complaining because they took the profits out of her account. And it's like, you violated the rules with this particular trade. At least they didn't close your account. But why do you think that they would keep your profits made on an illegal trade, and you think they're going to let you keep the profits in there to withdraw later? Like, no, you should be happy that all they did was remove the profits that you should have never gotten, and they didn't close your account, and you could still get payouts in the future. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't know. Buy low, sell high is my strategy. Trenches. You use good R to R, would take profit and be consistent. You should be okay. That's what I did. I got approved the next day. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think some people probably go way more in depth and in detail when they're asked to explain their strategy than they have to. But I get it. Like, if I'm ever asked, which I probably never will, because I highly doubt that I'll ever violate the 30% rule. Just because, like, when I go back and so once I make all the changes at the end of the week, or, you know, all the changes during the week, at the end of the week, I'll go back through all of the trades that I've taken, the trades that I, you know, sat out of, all of that. And I will literally write down, like, all right, these are all the trades that were valid as of now with all of the, you know, rule changes for each day. And, you know, after I have a month's worth of data or something, I'll just go back like, all right, so this is what my profit was if I was to withdraw. This is the highest day, that kind of thing. And I so far would never violate it. But even if I was, guess what I would do? Hello, I stream live on YouTube. Feel free to go to my channel at any point. I trade traditional pullbacks on a Renko chart, and I also trade divergence. It's that simple. I don't need to get into detail of what I'm looking for as far as what each setup is. I trade on a 16-1 Renko chart. My stop loss is 18 ticks. My take profit is 18 ticks. I move my stop loss to break even automatically with an ATM after I'm 16 ticks in profit. That is why some of my trades, I win them in 1 second. Some of them I win in 30 seconds. Like most of my trades are less than 15 seconds. It just is what it is. Right? I think the only way that I would violate the rule is if I start doing that swing trade, which I actually started off doing this morning. I showed the profit earlier. Hold on, let me unlock this. Lock it back. Oh wait, don't lock it. Oh, it's gonna keep it that way. But yeah, I did show the profit for it earlier. It was like 486. So if I have days where I take the swing trade on one account and I take the swing trade, but other days I don't even have it set up, well, that can kind of screw me, right? Because I just made 486 on that, but all my other trades are just $86, right? When I win. So I think that would be the only thing that screws me. But I told you guys that more than likely I would have a specific account that I trade for the swing trades, at least until I get like really consistent with the wins and stuff and knowing when exactly to take it and when not to. But yeah, I just tell people, if you're trading the right way, if you're not YOLOing, if you're trading this like it's your own money, and you're not losing PAs all the time, like just doing crazy stuff, you typically don't have anything to worry. If you have a consistent strategy where you know your edge, you're good. Anytime y'all see people like, oh, I've been waiting for my payout for a month, or I've been waiting for the, trust me when I tell you, there is a reason. There is always a reason. There are so many scammers in this space. People who are fraudulently trading from countries they're not supposed to be trading in, people trading under other people's accounts, people using fully automated bots, people using HFT bots. Like, there's just so much that people are doing. Just believe people who say that they've been waiting for their payout for over a month, but also just understand it's because they're doing something they ain't supposed to. That's it. Go for a 1-to-1 or even a 1-to-1 run. Start looking for my setups at 10 p.m. each night. I ain't gonna lie. If I could trade like the evening session and make decent money, baby, y'all would never see me during New York. Ever. You wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie. You wouldn't. 424, 382. We are now invalid. Because I really it doesn't matter how many days I do this in a row. I hate waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning to trade. I do. I'm not gonna lie. It's not my judge. Not my judge. Damn, we're at 10 o'clock already. Yeah, besides that one trade where I'm like, I don't know. That was the only one. But it's cool. Mondays with no news, I never really expect to have a whole lot of trades. But that swing trade would have definitely saved me today. Not really saved me, but more so like I would have been able to have, extra profit. What if I have a big red day like dude you was talking about? So if you have a big red day, it is going to affect you. So one of my trading buddies, he was up $10,000. Yeah, his balance on his 50K was 60K. All right. At the time that he requested, his biggest day was not more than 30%. This is another reason why we had them to change the FAQ to specify that the 30% goes from request to from approval to approval, not request to request, which I'm still fighting for them to change that, because if you have a screenshot of where the account balances are, what the profit per day, all of those things, if you can base everything else off of request to request, the 30% should be the same thing, because it's not fair for the traders who are on day 6 waiting for you to approve versus someone who is on, you approve them the next day. It's just not fair. It's not. But anyway, yeah, so he was up $10,000. It was like 4 days, I think, into his request, and he still had not been approved. He had a really terrible day. I mean, extremely terrible day where he lost like $7,000 in one day, right? Sucks. He went on tilt. It is what it is. However, he stopped himself to make sure that he still met the payout threshold. So he was still above the 2,600 on the day that they reviewed his account. I'm mad I just had to. That's annoying. But I had to. You guys see I would have lost. And it's because we hit that new rotation level, which I told y'all, when we hit that new rotation level, we got to get up out of there. Okay? But anyway, so he lost $7,000 in one day. By the time they went to actually review his account balance, of course, now no longer shows that he's up $10,000. Now he's only up like $3,000. I think it was 2,800 or something like that. So they denied his request because he violated the 30% rule. Because now his highest day is based off of $2,800 versus $10,000. I don't like that, because I could see if he blew the account, but he didn't blow the account. So with him not blowing the account, it shouldn't have mattered. It shouldn't have mattered. But yeah, I mean, if you have a real big red day, it's automatically going to screw you depending on how much I could have gotten into that buy, but oh wait, no, I couldn't have, because it's going off of a new low. I don't know how I want to trade these divergences yet off of the new low, where it's like, it starts with a higher low, ends with a lower low. That's something that I still have to look at. I was starting to record it last week, so I'm just gonna write that down and I'll just keep recording as it happens each day. But anyway, yeah, whenever you have that red day, it's going to automatically take away from your profit. So if you have really huge green days, but then you have really big red days, it can definitely cause you to be denied. Absolutely. So you got to prevent yourself from going on tilt and just know when to stop. But it really sucked. That really sucked for him. But he actually was able to get approved for a payout with this last cycle on that same account. So the account went from 50K to 60K down to like 52.8 or something like that, or 53,000, somewhere around that. And he got it back up. I forgot what he got it up to. I don't think he got it all the way back up to 60K, but he got it back up to where it needed to be for him to be approved for a payout. So I was very happy for him. I'm like, yo, that account been through some things, okay? Like, what? Man. All right, so the last two trades have been break even. I was about to say broken even. The last two trades were break evens, but it looks like they closed right at the same exact entry level instead of my one ticket profit. So lost commissions again, which is trash. But yeah, I definitely want to look at this divergence. Now, my zigzag did change, so I likely would have gotten out of it no matter what, because right now I'm still liking to get out if the zigzag changes while I'm in a divergence trade. If I'm in a regular pullback, it's no big deal. but the divergence is definitely that would be an alt, so no sell, no buy. I'm so glad that this is something that I paid attention to a couple weeks ago. It only took a couple times, and I was like, wait, I feel like every time we go and test a brand new rotation level that just happens to paint while I'm in the trade, we reverse off of it, and we definitely do. We do. Wait, why are people congratulating me? Oh, I was promoted to senior mod. Oh, nice. Heck, nice. I'm like, why did I just log into the Discord and see a whole bunch of notifications and congratulations? What the heck am I being congratulated on? Oh, nice. I'll have to go catch up. See, look at this. New rotation level. We're trying to reject off of it. It's like, even if it doesn't do a full rejection, it almost always does some kind of rejection. Even if we don't fully like close the bar up and stuff, which it's looking like it wants to, but when does that account? Oh, it renews on Thursday. I still have one 25K account that I'm not trading right now. It renews and resets on Thursday. It just feels like I haven't had that account for so long. I think it's probably, I feel like I lost the account the very first week that I started trading it that go round, maybe. I feel like I could be wrong. I don't like that stuff. And then plus with me having the one that's converted to a PA, that one used to renew on the 17th. So I'm just so used to having a new account coming back every Monday, and I haven't had that. So because of that gap. Kind of a weird space. If we don't, what I want to really see is for us to break down below 171 or truly break above like 187.75 and create a little bit of structure here. The downtrend was definitely not very strong because the new changeover level is above where we just initially changed, and if it was a strong downtrend, it would be below it. So it's kind of just playing around the VWAP here. We also have the prior close there. My major levels at 187.75. So that's why I said I just want to either see it create structure above it, or we need to get below 171. Now, I haven't been doing this today, which I don't know if I just haven't been paying attention or it just hasn't happened. But what I want to do is I can do OCOs. Oh no, cancel. I'm about to take this trade on my sim account. The breakout of the range. I told you guys I wanted to start doing that just to try something out. Target fields. That's something that I'm definitely going to be looking into. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So don't be surprised if you see it. because it's just so easy to see the range on the Ringo charts. It's just so freaking easy. All right, this I can't take. We started with a double top, but it's a different volume requirement for everything else that's happening here. So I'm just going to sit out of it. Oh, we did have another one kind of right here. Now that one I would have, we had another like range breakout right here, right? But I either wouldn't have taken it or I would have like set the break even right when we hit a new low. Like it makes no sense to take it so close to a new low right there. But yeah, that's definitely something that I will be practicing. I wasn't really paying attention before now, so if it's set up prior to, my bad. But that's definitely something that I am going to be looking into for sure. And what I might do tomorrow is put kind of like two charts. The second chart will be naked, but I'll make sure that the chart trader for that one is on the sim account so that when I'm practicing certain things like the swing trades or the range breakouts, that you guys can still see the trades happening. I'll probably do that. That way you don't just have to take my word for it. But yeah, I'll definitely look into doing that if I can remember. So don't hold me to it because sometimes I forget. So we were trading inside of the minor trend changeover level. Now we still reached. Now, like I said, the volume requirements were cool for it to start with the double top, but based on the other requirements, it just wasn't a valid trade. So because it was like 50-50, it just really was no point. Just wasn't. But yeah, I think for the range breakout, I'm still going to use the same 18 tick stop loss, 18 tick take profit. I'll put the entry 2 ticks below the range or above the range if I'm going for a buy, of course. And just go for it. Let me see. That one took profit in 2 seconds. So that'll still be the traditional 1-to-1, but the swing trade at my change zones, those will be like a 1-to-3 because I think it's like a 32 take profit for wait a minute, let's see. Yes, it should be a 1-to-3. 32 take profit, like a 96. 32 stop loss for a 96 take profit, if I'm not mistaken. That fucking sucks. Reached my volume requirements, so is what it is. It's probably going to stop me out to the tick, honestly, and go. And if it does, whatever. Opens to 69.25 high. Yeah, I got stopped out to the tick there. Now, if it reverses up, that makes me feel better. It makes me feel way better. Let's see, 251. Alright, yeah, you are a spammer. How do I block you? Hold on, y'all. I thought you was a spammer earlier. I knew I wasn't tripping. Why? Alright. No worries. Just going from YouTube. Contents. All right, that's that. You're out of there, buddy. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. And my gut is typically never wrong. I do remember, let me go look at something real quick, because I feel like it's the after 10 o'clock. When you're going back towards a session high or low after 10 o'clock, I feel like that'd be a problem most times. I have to look through and check, because I don't remember. Because it's like, when you think about it, there's not as much volume after 10 o'clock. So to want it to push back towards a session high or low is kind of asking a lot of it. Yeah, we'll see. Actually, I think I know. I remember what page it's on. Okay, maybe I don't. Yeah, I just have a feeling that's what that is, but we'll see. If it sets up again, I'm still gonna take it because I don't have a, it's not a rule yet. So at least if it ends up in 1 and 1 for the day, I would be back positive. Now if they both lose, we got some things to look at. And I would definitely just feel like it's because it's after 10. Zigzag is probably going to change by the time it gets where I want it to be. I needed to pull back to 58.75. We came one tick from pulling back, but I needed to come all the way back. We pulled back too far. I wanted it to reject down there. Okay. I'm not surprised with how big this move is, because all three of these bars, the reversal and the two outside bars, had a lot of volume in them. There was like 2,100 volume just in this little small area, so it's not surprising. All right, so I can move the zone down. Actually, all right, so that trade that I just lost, right? I might actually have to go back and look at that specific variable of going back towards the new session low, because I think I have to be a little bit more specific with the volume requirement. I'm actually pretty sure it's a lot more specific if the current swing, so the last swing up before I took the trade, right? If this swing had more volume than this swing, it's a very specific volume pattern I'm looking for going back towards the session low. But when it's less than, it's not as specific, and I think I have to be as specific, but I won't really know. I won't really know until I go through the data. That's probably the only thing I'm going to look at today. Because off the bat, I can kind of see a thing. Let me go look in my Excel sheet real quick. I got a hunch. I told you guys, it's like I just know when I see specific variables, I just kind of know. And it's typically stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that. feel like that's it. Oh wait, there was a second thing. All right, we'll look at those. Everything honestly should be minor things. Like even that is pretty minor because all I'd be doing is just adding a second volume requirement instead of one. So when it's super specific, I have 2 volume requirements. When it's not super specific, I only have 1. And what I'm finding is the more data that I collect, most things need to have 2 volume requirements, not just 1. So we'll check that one. What are my PAs? I got a day of 2K. It's 1,500 profit right now. So I had 2 big red days. I went on tilt since I wasn't so much heavy drawdown. Big sell off last week. So yeah, with you having the 2K and the 2 big red days is definitely gonna affect you because they can see that you had the 2 big red days, but it's very likely that they would still deny you for the 30% rule, because the other thing that you have to remember is, right, they're looking for consistent traders. They're looking for people that they can copy trade and stuff like that. And that's why they take some of the rules super serious. Because, you know, with other props, they put you live way faster, but Apex doesn't. And they're paying you out on sim accounts, but part of them being able to make money off of you is to be able to copy. And of course, they don't want to copy if you're having huge swings in your P&L, which is honestly, that's one of the reasons why oh, it has not been. Oh, I just realized that this freaking whatever the hell this thing is. Let me see something. My freaking trade journal wasn't recording my trades, so I don't have the screenshots of the entries and exits. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so that's one of the reasons why, like, I've been so heavy on like trying to condense my rules and make them as strict as possible, because like last year when I first started to trade again, really focus on it, before I had a full focus on it, when I still had my business I was running and stuff, like I liked the strategy that I was trading, and I had started kind of doing what I'm doing right now, but on like 5 different instruments until I narrowed it down to the Nasdaq. But the biggest thing was that I would have these huge swings in my P&L, and I don't like that. Like I would be up $600 one day, and then the next day I'm down 800. Like those huge swings are not for me. Like I just need something a lot more consistent. Now if there's a swing of like, oh well, today was an $800 day, but yesterday was only a $300 day, I'm cool with that. Like the swings in profit differences, totally different. I can deal with that. But when it's a huge red, huge green, huge red, huge green, I don't like that. I don't. For me, that lets me know that like something is up with my strategy and I need to fix it. I need to fix it. All right. We might end up the day with this like slightly negative, which wouldn't really bother me much, honestly. Like I said, I don't expect much out of the market on Mondays with no news, and to be break even is better than being super duper red, so I would take it. But I definitely will be looking at those 2 things, just the one with the one trade that I lost. Then there was a divergence trade that I didn't get into because I don't really all the way like the rules just yet. I think there's one little variable that I need to kind of take out. But yeah, aside from that, I should be good. Should be good. I'm just hoping that we have a pretty decent week of volatility and volume. Because if I trade the way I'm supposed to, I should be able to get that 125K account over the profit target. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, Trenches, you need to... You basically need to get to 66.66 in order to not break the 30% consistency rule. You know what? I could have taken, I don't know what the hell I was just paying attention to. I could have taken this sell right here. Right? Am I tripping? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at it because that's something that I did just change recently. Yeah, that's something that I changed recently. So I'm gonna have to look at that. All right, we got all these old zones up here. I know that's something that I literally just looked at though. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't want to take that actually. I literally, that's the trade that I lost on Friday, I think it was. Yeah, that's the same trade that I lost on Friday, and they looked pretty similar. But they looked similar, but it going back towards the session low is actually what makes it a little bit different though. So I definitely could have taken that. That would have gotten me back to break even. I mean, gotten me back in profit. Alright, yeah, so I need to Makes sense. Cool. Missed. All right. So I missed that one. That's cool. I do want to see if I would have gotten a full profit out of it, which I think I would have. Absolutely would have. All right. All right, that invalidated itself, thank goodness, because I've been real iffy about like divergences that happen so close like this. Like I prefer for it to be far away like that versus this, but it invalidated itself anyway, so we're good there. 386. How do my followers get stopped out and my leader's still there? Oh, it doesn't even make sense. That scared the shit out of me. All right, now it stopped out, but I gotta make sure the other ones. All right, cool. Now there's just like no volume to do anything. That's why I keep telling y'all I'm gonna stop after 10 o'clock pretty soon. And then it gets stopped out like that, and then it just goes is annoying as hell. Because nothing changes. Like if I would have taken this trade around like 9 o'clock, 9:30, I'm quite sure it would have won with no problem. Am I ignoring you? No. Why would I be ignoring you? You haven't wrote anything. The last time you wrote something was looking for setups at 10 p.m. each night. The last message I have in the chat is from Trenches. Yeah, this is annoying. Or maybe I'll start stopping after 10:30. I am going to look today at all of my trades for the last 2 months worth of data that I have. Anything after 10:30 and kind of see what it's looking like, because maybe I'll stop at 10:30 and not 11 o'clock. There's not a lot of trades, and if the win-loss is kind of off, I'd rather just stop. Why subject myself to foolishness? Now I still would be slightly negative, even if I would have taken the trade over here that I missed. I would still be slightly negative. It would be negative like 40 bucks. But yeah. Oh, I can't see anything else. No, I don't have a Telegram. Telegram are for scammers. This be the worst way to lose, I promise y'all. It's the worst. But when you got tight stop losses, it is what it is. That's the worst way to lose. If you just completely reverse on me, cool, I got you. But that hurts. All those damn break evens. We needed some full wins out of those. Ooh. And I lost like an extra 15 bucks on that trade for the follower accounts. That sucks. Yes, it is, Frederick. That's what most scammers use to communicate with people. You don't ever see, like, in Discords and stuff, people come in and they're like, I'll show you how to make $500 tomorrow. Ask me how. Telegram, da-da-da-da-da. Like, nah, I think the last the last time I used Telegram was when I was in Ian Dunlap's course, probably, because I knew he uses that as a way to communicate with people. And I know, like, when I had Aerial FX access, they used to use that too. But yeah, no Telegram for me. I don't like Telegram. Yep, trenches. I was just trying to go in there just now. My Telegram is like literally stuck right now because I think it's loading all of these messages from Red Panda. Because when I first logged in, it said the last message was May. Now it's saying August, and it's still trying to load stuff. I'm in a couple of different chats. Like, I bought an indicator from FX Capital or something, so they have a Telegram. We have literally pushed up damn near 30 points from where I entered down here and got stopped out. She just... Who is... Oh. She just made her own Discord though. Who is she? Lock you in, Pipstar? I don't use Telegram. I'm on Discord. I can't even do anything on my Telegram because it's still frozen. If we reverse here and we don't push down too far, I will get into a buy. But now we've pushed down too far, so I will not get into a buy. Yeah, I don't like Telegram. Like, just me logging. This is the first time that I've logged in since May of last year. Probably before then. And I got a whole bunch of hello. Can I recruit you to a great business opportunity? Hello, hello. Like, that's mad annoying. Oh, it gets frozen again. All right, we have 15 minutes left. If we play around this support level, I'm not gonna have any trades, so we'll see. Let's get back to this. Oh, I don't know who that is. Frederick, my Discord is my YouTube name, KeAmber Trades. Yeah, Trenches, I have no idea who that is. Do I trade Forex? No, I used to. I started in futures, got introduced to Forex. Wait, no. I think I went futures to binary options to Forex, back to futures, back to Forex, back to futures again. Never did regular options, just binary. But I wasn't really a fan of Forex. The manipulation is a bit much for me. I still remember so many years ago, before Trader's Way got banned in Missouri, I had an account with them and I was in a GJ buy. Pretty sure it was a buy. And the broker manipulated the data. A bunch of us got stopped out. And of course, you know, people have other broker accounts, including me. And when we checked our other brokerages, that move never happened. It was literally just a stop hunt by the broker. And yeah, from there, I never really trusted Forex, to be honest with you. But because Forex has such a lower cost of entry, you know, as far as starting an account with $100 or something like that, it was just like, oh, well, you know, let's just keep trying at it or whatever. The only thing I do miss from Forex is, and this doesn't really apply to me with how I'm trading now, but I really used to love this position size calculator that I used to use. And it was so dope. It was like embedded into MT4, like, and all you had to do was either manually like enter the numbers of your entry, stop loss, take profit, or you could just move the levels manually or whatever, and it would automatically tell you what your position size needed to be. I thought that was just so dope. I really wish that we had something like that for NinjaTrader, but we don't. Am I gonna lose again? Like, bro, what the? Alright, as long as we can push through my minor level right here, should be fine. It's at 1875. I don't think we're gonna push through. But I promise y'all, I'm definitely gonna be looking into what my win-loss ratio is after 10:30, because we might stop at 10:30 from now on. I will tell you that much. You guys know I don't stop myself at a certain profit or loss for the day. So if I see the data is telling me to stop trading at 10:30, that's what I'm gonna do. I already know the data says don't trade after 11. So if we can't trade after 10:30, that's gonna be a thing. Because for me to have one trade all this time, and then, let me see. So my first trade was at 8:58, I won. Next trade was at 9:18, it was a break even. Next trade wasn't until almost 10 o'clock, another break even. I had a loss at 10:10, and then 10:30 and 10:46 were both losses. Why am I here? Like, what the hell? And it really sucks because today I just didn't have enough trades. And that's why I have to be so specific with my rules, and why I have been trying to develop the strategy based off of volume, because volume patterns are pretty consistent no matter what market you trade. It's just a matter of figuring out what you need to put on your charts so that you can see it. But yeah, that's going to piss me off. So I'm definitely going to look at that. So you guys might just see me disappear at 10:30 instead of 11, and that's fine. That just adds 30 more minutes to the rest of my day. But yeah, starting off positive and ending negative because volume is trash within itself. So yeah, I'll be looking at that. Let me see. Friday, the last trade was at 10:28. Had a couple of trades. I had quite a few trades after 10:30 that I kind of just sat out of because I don't really know how I want to trade those specifically yet. I did have one valid trade that was at 10:32. We had a 1 bar pullback on Thursday at 10:50. That was a win. I mean, I'm still under my desire of not having more than 250, negative 250 in a day, so that's fine, but we're just gonna be losing after 10:30. It's no point. Let's see, Wednesday. Two for sure, win and a loss. Tuesday was a 1 bar pullback win. Monday was a win. So yeah, I don't know. All right, Frederick, I seen it. Truth Seeker. Good morning. Good morning. I'm almost on my way out. We started off halfway decent. I only had one trade before I got on the stream. That's the one trade that I won today. Just a lot of break evens today, which freaking sucks, but one word. Oh, that was for that. You used to trade stocks, options, and forex before you started trading futures. Yeah, I think honestly, the people who have like more experience in different markets, you'll typically do better a little bit faster than those who are like just brand new to trading and they go straight into futures. Just because depending on what markets you're trading, you can look at the market a lot different. Like with Forex, for me, besides the manipulation, I just don't like, I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't even know how to describe it. I just don't like it. I don't like the fact that in order for you to get pretty decent leverage, you have to have a offshore broker. And, you know, where's the trust in that? It's just a lot of different things that I just don't like about Forex. And I feel like a lot of things that are happening in the Forex space, especially when it comes to prop firms, I'm not surprised by any of it because I seen this coming years ago. And that's why when I first got introduced to props, of course, I was introduced to FTMO. I actually still had a challenge account over there just sitting for literally years for me to attempt to pass. But of course, they're not taking US traders anymore. But I don't know. It was just always something, especially when you realize, like, once the craze for Forex went from actual currencies to trading CFDs, it was like, all right, y'all are tripping. Because first of all, with the way the spreads are with Forex, if you're going to trade the Nasdaq, the Dow, whatever, why the hell wouldn't you just trade it on futures? I mean, but again, I get it because it's such a lower cost to entry. But I don't know. I just saw a lot of this coming. I don't really see that coming for futures. I mean, the only thing that I can say is that maybe the regulators will feel like it's a Ponzi just based on how we're all trading on sim accounts. Now, as long as certain props, specifically, you know, the bigger ones like Apex, as long as you can prove that you are still copy trading and, you know, things like that, that could help. Because technically, it's still not really a Ponzi, because a Ponzi is more like if let's say certain network marketing companies, right? Certain network marketing companies are a Ponzi because when you pay to be an affiliate to make money, you're not really getting anything in return. Or the things that you're getting is not of the same value or more value than what you're paying for it. And then you have way more affiliates or people making money than you do having people that are just traditional customers. So I feel like in a prop space, it's just a little bit different because you are getting something, you know, you're getting accounts to trade on, but it can still kind of be considered a Ponzi to a certain extent based on you using people who are losing their money to pay out people who are winning. So that can kind of like teeter the line, but I think aside from that, just the way that they're doing certain things, like you have to also remember that with a lot of the Forex prop firms, they were the data providers as well. That's why you had certain companies. I can't remember exactly which one it was. Was it My Funded Futures? Not My Funded Futures, My Funded Forex or whatever. It's the Forex version of My Funded Futures, if I'm not mistaken, which if it is that one, I don't know how people even... I don't know how you trust My Funded Futures knowing what happened with My Funded Forex. Because I feel like My Funded Forex, and I could be misspeaking, was the company that had like successful traders and were purposely like bombing them. You know, they had like proof from employee chats like, yo, this person is making too much money, we need to can them, kind of thing. If that was My Funded Forex or whatever, and My Funded Futures is the futures version of that, the sister company, which I'm almost certain it is. If those are the facts, why the hell would you trust those people? That's insane. It's insane. Now, I think with Apex though, because they have like over 160,000 unique users, and because 95% of people fail in the trading space, period, that's a lot of money coming in to where you don't need to purposely can people. And that's also why they can wait until someone hits about $1 million in profit or payouts before they put them live versus other companies that do it at 10,000 and 5,000. Well, you don't have the revenue to be able to continue to pay people off of sim accounts. You have a great day as well, Rio. See you tomorrow. The spread and manipulation was what I dislike in Forex, but agree the barrier to entry in terms of money and leverage is attractive. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, honestly, so I have a girlfriend who's been trading for a very long time. I took her course. I had one-on-one with her. Her strategy just doesn't work for me. There's just too many variables of like where you draw critical lines. If you tell me to draw critical lines, I'm gonna have so many lines on my chart, it's not even funny. At that point, it's just something's gonna react off of something, right? But for a while, she's always been a futures trader, but she had been teaching her strategy on Forex because, of course, again, the lower barrier to entry. But once I introduced her to Apex, she's now been converting her Forex traders over into futures because, at the end of the day, even though it's a lower cost of entry or barrier to entry, it still can somewhat be high depending on how much money somebody has in disposable income to be able to trade and things like that. So when it came to that, she really loves Apex. She has people that are getting payouts already, and I love that. Especially because, with futures props, it's so much cheaper than Forex props. And I actually had to put somebody in their place a couple of weeks ago because they were trying to say that they didn't like futures props because it's a monthly fee. Okay, well, first of all, most of these props have significant discounts every single month. And when you take into account the fact that a Forex prop, like, I would rather pay $30 a month than pay $600 one time. That it's literally just that simple. I don't understand people when it comes to that at all. Let's see. I'm gonna chance it with this sale if it happens in the next minute. Well, not really chance it. It does go with my rules. So we'll go for it. As long as it doesn't stall here for too long because it's very close to invalidating itself. But yeah, like I remember with FTMO, you pay all this money for a challenge account, and the only way for you to get the free reset is you have to have, like, your account balance has to be back above the initial balance. Otherwise, that's it. Well, if I'm already failing it, how hard? It's going to be pretty difficult for me to get it back to break even. So that's what I ended up having to do. And I got it back like maybe $2 above the initial balance. So I was able to get the reset, and I just never did it from there. Never did it again from there. You got the keys to the bank with futures. Yeah, it's definitely my preference. I bet you today is going to be one of those days where all the volume comes after 11 o'clock or like after 12 o'clock, and that's irritating. But anyway, so let me show you guys the accounts. Let's turn this off and unlock that. Turn my copier off. All right. So, like I said, there's a couple of things that I'm going to look at, specifically the regular pullbacks going back towards the new session low or high. Going to look at that. Also going to re-look at my volume requirements for the divergence, because I did sit out of a trade that would have lost, and I feel like I didn't really like the way that I define those rules. I think I needed to change one little thing. And then also I'm gonna look at all the trades after 10:30 because yeah, that's gonna annoy me to lose because of after 10:30 trades. It's irritating. But anyway, so this is where we're at. On the sim account, I took 2 trades. I took the swing trade. I told you guys that I'm gonna start trading eventually, and then I also took one of the breakout trades. And then on the other accounts, I took 6 trades. I won the first one. We broke even on 2, and then we lost the last 1, 2, 3. So ended up negative to start the week, which is pretty trash, but you know what? It is what it is. So that's all the drawdown that I have going into tomorrow. I still feel pretty confident about things. Like I tell you guys, it's usually minor shit that I have to change, and that can be annoying within itself. But yes, I did get your request. I haven't gone into Discord yet, but I'll accept it as soon as I go in there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you guys did not check out, I did put out a video yesterday where I showed the 7 trades in a row that I won on Friday. I just kind of put a montage for that live. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.